Hello friends, we are back here again with our next topic, which is bryophytes. But before beginning the topic, this is our Unacademy subscription which you have to take, and it is very beneficial for all the aspirants who are willing to crack EAMCET. So it is a premium content available at very affordable prices. Okay. Is the premium content at affordable prices. Then you have structured live courses and dedicated live doubt clearing sessions are there. Then we have quizzes at regular intervals for self-analysis. Then batches are there for complete preparation. There are test series. And guys, please use this code Humera Live so that you can avail extra discount on your subscription charges. And unlimited access is there. Only a single subscription is enough for all the things. Under single subscription, all the facilities are available. So do subscribe to our Unacademy Plus subscription. We have 12 months plan and 6 months plan for your convenience. There is EMI facility. There is EMI facility for your convenience. So don't miss this opportunity. Do subscribe and give your best shot to crack EAMCET. And for your trial, and you have 1 month plan for your trial plan. But as you are seeing that 6 months plan and 12 months plan, the rates are getting reduced, and there is a great benefit for you all. So don't miss this opportunity. Do subscribe to our Unacademy Plus subscription, and please use this code Humera Live to avail extra discounts. Yes. Now today the topic for today is, today we are going to see the quick view of bryophytes. What exactly are bryophytes? How are they reproducing? How is their body type? Everything. In a quick view, we are going to see what are bryophytes. Okay? Yes. Yes. Bryophytes, they include liverworts, hornworts, and mosses. So bryophytes include liverworts, hornworts, and mosses. And where they are found commonly? Commonly they are found in moist shaded areas in the hills. So they are commonly found inside the moist shady areas in the hills. So and archegoniate, embryophytic, and atracheophytic cryptogams. What are these bryophytes? They are archegoniate, we have embryophytic, and atracheophytic cryptogams. And these bryophytes are known as amphibians of plant kingdoms. They are known as amphibians of plant kingdom. And why they are being called as amphibians of plant kingdom? Because they live in moist soil. They live in moist soil and they depend on water for sexual reproduction. Okay. Yes, they are known as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Why they are being called as the amphibians of plant kingdom? Because they live in moist soil and they depend on water. They depend on water for sexual reproduction. Hence, they are being called as amphibians of plant kingdom. Okay. Then they are also the primitive. They are the oldest primitive land plants which occur in damp, humid, and shaded localities. Okay. They are the primitive land plants that occur in damp, humid, and shaded localities. Clear? Yes. And these bryophytes play an important role in plant succession on bare rocks and soils. And how is the plant body? The plant body is thallus-like, prostrate, or it may be erect. The plant body is thallus-like, and it may be prostrate or it may be erect. So the plant body is thallus-like, which is like prostrate or it may be erect, and it is attached to the substratum. These bryophytes, the plant body thallus is attached to any of the substratum. And how they are being attached? They are being attached by unicellular or multicellular rhizoid. With this unicellular or multicellular rhizoid, they are being attached to the substratum. And they don't have true roots, stem, and leaves. So these um, Bryophytes, they lack true root stems and leaves, but they have root-like rhizoids, leaf-like phylloids, and root-like rhizoids, leaf-like phylloids, and we have stem-like colloids. So they don't have proper true root stems and leaves, but the mosses, the bryophyte has a classification called as mosses. These mosses possess root-like rhizoids, leaf-like phylloids, and stem-like colloids. Okay. What does plant body consist? The plant body of Bryophyte consists of parenchymatous tissue. And how is the main plant body? The main plant body is haploid, n number of cells, not 2n, okay? So plant body consists of parenchymatous tissue and the main plant body is haploid. So they produces gametes, hence they are called as gametophytes. As they are producing gametes, they are gametophytes. And how are the sex organs? The sex organs are multicellular, jacketed and stalked sex organs. So in bryophytes, the sex organs are multicellular, jacketed and stalked. And the male sex organ is antheridium. And what this antheridium is produced? They are producing biflagellated antherozoids. So male sex organ is antheridium and they produces biflagellated antherozoids. And female sex organ is archegonium. And what does it produce? It is flask shaped and it produces a single egg. Yes, male sex organ is antheridium and what it is doing, it is producing biflagellated antherozoids. Okay, they are producing biflagellated antherozoids and female sex organ is archegonium. Female sex organ is archegonium. And how is this archegonium? This archegonium is flask shaped and it produces single egg. Then antherozoid, where they are released? They are released in water and they come in contact with archegonium. So antheridium is produced in antherozoids and these antherozoids are released in water and in water they come in contact with archegonium and archegonium is a flask shape producing single egg. Okay. Yes. Now antherozoids, what it happens? It fuses with egg and they produces egg. So then what is the form of sexual reproduction? It is zooidogamous oogamy. In bryophytes it is called as zooidogamous oogamy. How is the zygote? Zygotes do not undergo reduction division. Zygote does not go reduction division immediately. And what does it is producing? It is producing multicellular body called as sporophyte. So what is happening here in bryophytes? Zygote is not undergoing any reduction division immediately, but instead they are producing multicellular body which is called as sporophyte. Then some cells become spore mother cells. They undergo reduction division. So some of the cells become spore mother cells and these spore mother cells undergo reduction division. What is reduction division? Is nothing but meiosis. And what is being produced? This spore mother cells, they are undergoing reduction division, meiosis, and finally haploid spores are produced. Okay. So zooidogamous oogamy is there. Zygote do not undergo any reduction division and they produces multicellular body called as sporophyte. Then some cells are spore mother cells. They undergo reduction division, that is meiosis, and finally haploid spores are produced. Now what happens? Spores germinate and finally they produces a gametophyte. Spores germinate and produces gametophyte. And all bryophytes are homosporous. And how is the life cycle in bryophytes is haplodiplontic. Okay, antherozoid antheridium is male sex organ, archegonium female sex, zooidogamous oogamy is there. Zygote do not undergo any reduction division and they produces multicellular body called as sporophyte. Some cells become spore mother cells and they show under reduction division, meiosis. in the haploid spores are produced. These spores germinate to produce gametophyte. And all bryophytes is homosporous, and the life cycle how it is haplodiplontic. Okay. And coming to their economic importance, when compared to other algae and all, these bryophytes are of less economic importance. But still, they mosses, the classification mosses food for they provide food for herbaceous animals, birds and other animals. And also the species of sphagnum, it is a moss, it provides peat. What is peat? It is long been used as fuel. Okay. So when compared to other plants, these bryophytes are of less economic importance, but still the few mosses, they provide food for herbaceous mammals, birds and other animals. And then comes species of sphagnum, they provide peat. Sphagnum is also a moss and it provides peat. What is peat? Peat is nothing but it has been long been used as a fuel. Now the bryophytes are basically divided into three classes: liverworts, hornworts, and finally the third one is mosses. Okay, liverworts, hornworts and mosses. Okay, now we are going to see first one is liverworts. These liverworts usually grow in moist and shady habitats. They grow in moist and shady habitats. And the plant body is again here also it is thalloid. So in liverworts the plant body is thalloid. And how is the thallus? It is prostrate, dorsiventral and closely pressed to the substrate. The thallus is prostrate, dorsiventral and it is closely pressed to the substrate to which it is attached, and they have tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows. They have tiny leaf-like appendages are present in two rows. And how is the vegetative reproduction in this liverworts? The vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation of thalli. So vegetative reproduction is basically by fragmentation of thalli or by the formation of specialized structures. What are those specialized structures? Called as gamete. So for vegetative reproduction in liverworts, specialized structures are formed. What are these specialized structures? They are called as gamete. Now what are gamete? The gamete are green multicellular asexual buds. They are green multicellular asexual buds. And where they are being developed on small receptacles called as gamma cups. Yes, gamma are green multicellular asexual buds, and where they are being they are developed on small receptacles called as gamma cups. So vegetative reproduction, basically the first thing is by fragmentation of thalli or by the formation of specialized structure. What are these specialized structures? The specialized structures are gamete. And what are gamete? They are the green multicellular asexual buds. And where are these gamete formed? They develop on small receptacles called as gamma cups. Okay. Now where are these gamma cups located? The gamma cups are located on the thallus. And finally, this gamma detaches from the plant. The gamma detaches from the parent plant and they germinate the new individual. So gamma cups are located on the thallus and these gamma detaches from the parent plant and they germinate to form a new individual plant. And now how is the sexual reproduction? Male is antheridia. Male is antheridia and the female one is archegonia. Okay. In this the male is antheridia and the female one is archegonia. And where these are produced, antheridia and archegonia, these antheridia and archegonia are produced on same or different thalli. They may be present on the same thallus or they may be present on the different thalli. Okay. Then how a sporophyte is differentiated? Sporophyte, what is being produced? It is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. Sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. And the spores, where are they are produced? The spores are produced inside the capsule after meiosis. So after meiosis, the spores are produced in the capsule, that too after meiosis. And in few elaters are produced. So by some capsules elaters are produced. Example of this is Markensia. And what does these elaters do? They help in spore dispersal. Okay, these elaters, in few example is Markensia. Elaters are also produced inside the capsule. And what does these elaters do? Why they are being produced? The elaters help in spore dispersal. Okay. So this was about liverworts. They grow usually in moist, shady habitats. Okay. The plant body is thalloid, and thallus, how it is? It is prostrate dorsiventrally and it is closely oppressed to the substrate. Then they have tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows. And how is the vegetative reproduction? It is fragmentation of thalli or the formation of specialized structures called as gamete. And how is this gamete? They are green multicellular asexual buds and they are being developed on small receptacles called as gamma cups. Then where are these gamma cups? The gamma cups are located on the thallus, and gamma detaches from the parent and germinate into a new individual. And how is the sexual reproduction? Male one is antheridia, female is archegonia, and they are produced on same or different thalli. And the sporophyte which is being produced, it is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. And the spores are produced inside the capsule after meiosis. And in few Bryophytes like Markensia, elaters are produced inside the capsule and these elaters help in spore dispersal. So if you just see the figure, this is the figure how they these liverworts appear. See, the plant body structure is a thallus. Okay. Yes. Moving on, the second one what we have is hornworts. The second type of bryophytes is hornworts. In this, what does thalloid consist? The thalloid consists of rhizoids. Okay. Example is Anthoceros, and they have elongated horn-like sporophytes. Hornworts with name only you can see. See, they have horn-like sporophytes. Their sporophytic stages like horn-like sporophytes, long, elongated, horn-like sporophytes. But sporophyte again, as in liverworts, they were divided into foot, seta, and capsule. But here it is differentiated. Foot sporophyte is differentiated into foot, intercalary zone, and capsule. Food, intercalary zone, meristematic zone and capsule. And here also capsule produces spores and pseudo-elaters. Yes. Yes, hornworts, they are the thalloid consisting of rhizoids. Example is Anthoceros. And how is the sporophyte? In hornworts, the sporophyte with this name only you can remember. Hornworts means they have horn-like elongated sporophyte. And what is the sporophyte differentiated into? Sporophyte is differentiated into foot, intercalary, meristematic zone and capsule. And how is the capsule? The capsule produces spores and pseudoelaters. See, in the diagrammatic representation of this hornworts is, see here, this is the one. This is the Anthoceros, okay? So that was, first one was liverworts. Second one was, first we have seen about liverworts. Then we have seen about hornworts, and finally the third one is about mosses. The third class of bryophytes is mosses. Now we are going to see what are mosses. In this mosses, the predominant stage of life cycle is gametophyte and it has two stages. Okay. So the predominant stage of life cycle in mosses is gametophyte, which has two stages. Now we are going to see what are those two stages in the life cycle of this mosses. Okay. So in mosses, the predominant stage of life cycle is gametophyte, and it has two stages. The first stage is juvenile stage. The first stage is juvenile stage. Out of the two stages, the first one is juvenile stage, which is in which protonema develops directly from the spores. So in the first stage, what is happening? The first stage is juvenile stage, in which protonema is developing directly from spores. Okay. And how is the protonema in juvenile stage? It is creeping, branch, green and frequently filamentous stage. So in this first stage is juvenile stage, in which protonema, how it is developing from directly from the spores, protonema is being developed. And how are these? They are creeping, branch, green and frequently they are the filamentous stage. So this was the first stage. Now what is the second stage? The second stage of this is adult leafy stage. The second stage is adult leafy stage, which is gametophore. The second stage is nothing but adult leafy stage, which is a gametophore. And from where it is being developed? It develops from protonema as adventitious root. So first stage is protonema stage, which is developing directly from the spores. And the second stage, what we are saying as leafy adult stage, it is developing from protonema as a form of adventitious bud, and it is attached to the soil multicellular branch rhizoid. So it is attached to the soil by multicellular branch rhizoids, and this second stage, adult leafy stage, bears sex organs in this stage. Okay. So as we are saying, it is an adult leafy stage, they bear sex organs and it is attached to the soil by multicellular branch rhizoids. So clear, these two stages are there in mosses. The predominant stage of life cycle is gametophyte, which is having two stages. The first stage is juvenile stage, in which protonema is developing directly from the spores. And how it is creeping, branch, green, and it is frequently filamentous stage. And the second stage what we have is, it is adult leafy stage, which is gametophore, and it develops from protonema as adventitious bud. It is attached to the soil, multicellular branch rhizoids. Okay, and it bears sex organs in this stage. Now, vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation or by gamma formation. So, how is the vegetative reproduction in mosses? It is either by fragmentation or gamma formation, and also you can see the budding in secondary protonema. Budding in secondary protonema can also be seen. Okay. Vegetative reproduction is either by fragmentation, gamma formation, and also budding in secondary protonema. Then we have sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, antheridia and archegonia are produced at apex of the leafy shoot. Antheridia and archegonia are produced at the apex of the leafy shoot. Then they are intermixed with sterile hairs called as paraphysis. So they are intermixed with sterile hairs called as paraphysis. So at the apex of the leafy shoot, sex organs like antheridia and archegonia are produced, and these sex organs, antheridia and archegonia, are intermixed with sterile hairs. What are these sterile hairs called as? They are being called as paraphysis. Now zygote produces sporophyte, and this sporophyte again consists of foot, seta and capsule. Okay. Zygote is giving rise to sporophyte, which consists of foot, seta and capsule. Capsule contains spores. Again here also, capsule contains spores. Now these mosses have elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal. They have elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal. Now, what is there for spore dispersible? They contain peristomal teeth. Peristomatal teeth is present. This peristomatal teeth help in dispersal of spores. Contain peristomatal teeth which help in dispersal of spores. So, right, sexual reproduction, antheridia and archegonia are there. These are produced at the apex of the leafy shoot. And at the apex of leafy shoot, these antheridia and archegonia are intermixed with sterile hairs called as paraphysis. Then zygote gives rise to sporophyte, which consists of food seta and capsule. Capsule contains spores, and the dispersal spore dispersible have elaborate mechanism. That is, they contain peristomatal teeth which help in dispersal of spores. What are the common examples of this mosses? We have Funaria, which is called as cod moss, Polytrichum, haircap moss. We have Sphagnum, which is peat moss. Here we have the diagram. See, this is Funaria, cod moss. This is Polytrichum, which is haircap. And finally, this is Sphagnum. We can see peat moss. Peat is nothing but it is being used as fuel since long time. Okay. This was all about bryophytes. See, bryophytes, three are there: liverworts, hornworts, and mosses. And where these bryophytes are found, they are found mostly in shady and moist places. They are archegoniate, embryophytic, and atracheophytic cryptogams. Then they are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Why they are called as amphibians of plant kingdom? Because they live in moist soil and they depend on water for sexual reproduction. And they are the primitive land plants and they occur in damp, humid and shaded localities. They play an important role in plant succession on bare rocks and soil. And how is the plant body? The plant body is thallus-like and prostrate or erect. They may be prostrate or they may be erect. And it is attached to the substratum. These bryophytes are always attached to a substratum. How they are attached? They are attached by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. And they don't have true roots, stems and leaves. These bryophytes, they does not have true roots, stems and leaves. But out of these three, mosses possesses root-like rhizoids, leaf-like phylloids, stem-like colloids. Those true roots, stems and leaves are absent, but still, mosses is a class of bryophytes in which there are root-like rhizoids, leaf-like phylloids and stem-like colloids is present. Then what does the plant body consist? It consists of parenchymatous tissue and the main plant body, how it is haploid. It produces gametes. So it is called as gametophyte. And how are the sex organs? The sex organs are multicellular, jacketed and stalked. Male sex organ is antheridium and it produces biflagellated anthrozoids. And female sex organ is archegonium. This archegonium is flask shaped and it produces single cell. Then anthrozoids are released in water and it comes in contact with archegonium inside the water. Then finally, anthrozoid fuses with the single egg produced by archegonium. And how is the reproduction type is? Zooidogamous oogamy. But zygote does not undergo reduction division immediately. But it produces multicellular body which is called as sporophyte. And again some cells become spore mother cells. These spore mother cells undergo reduction division which is called as meiosis. And finally, haploid spores are produced. Then these spores germinate and they finally produces gametophyte. All bryophytes are homosporous. And how is the life cycle in bryophytes? It is haplodiplontic. Then when compared to other plants, these bryophytes are of less economic importance. Mosses, they provide food. Provide food for herbaceous mammals, birds and other animals. And species of sphagnum, it is also a moss which provides peat. What is peat? It is long being used as fuel. And then bryophytes, it is basically divided in three classes, that is liverworts, hornworts and mosses. Liverworts, they have plant body thalloid and thallus may be prostrate dorsiventral. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation or the formation of specialized structures called gamete. What are these gamete? They are green multicellular asexual buds and these gamete are developed on the small receptacles called as gamecups. Then gamecups are located on the thallus. Finally, this gamete detaches from parent and they germinate to become a new individual. How is the sexual reproduction? Antheridia and archegonia. Antheridia and archegonia are produced on the same or different thalli. Sporophyte is produced which is differentiated into food, seta and capsule. And spores where they are produced in capsule after meiosis. In few like Markensia, elaters are also produced. These elaters help in spore dispersal. Okay. Then we have seen about hornworts. With name only we can find it out that they have elongated horn-like sporophytes. Example we can see is as Anthoceros. In this we have sporophytes having foot, intercalary meristematic zone and capsule. And inside the capsule, spores and pseudoelaters are produced. Then we have mosses, in which we have seen two predominant stages, gametophyte, and it has two stages. First is juvenile stage, which directly produces from spores, and second stage is adult leafy stage, which is gametophore. And in the second stage develops as adventitious bud from protonema, and this is their sex organs. Okay. Vegetatively, they reproduce by fragmentation or by gamma formation and also by budding. Then sexual reproduction, antheridia and archegonia are produced at apex of leafy shoot, and they are intermixed with sterile hairs called as paraphysis. Zygote develops into sporophyte and consists of food, seta and capsule. Again, capsule contains spores, but spore dispersal has elaborate mechanism. They contain peristomatal teeth which help in dispersal of spores. And the common examples are Funaria, cod moss, polytrichum haircap moss, and sphagnum, which is peat moss. Clear about this topic, guys? So with this, we complete about bryophytes. Hope you all remember this in an easy way. Next session, next time we are going to make a video on new topic. Okay. But before ending the class, I would just really like to remind you about our Unacademy subscription. So don't forget to subscribe to our Unacademy Plus subscription, which is very beneficial to all the aspirants who are willing to crack 2021 EAMCET. You can use my code Humera Live to avail extra discount, and you are also getting EMI facilities for your convenience. So don't miss this opportunity. Do subscribe to Unacademy Plus subscription and give your best shot to crack EAMCET. So meet you all in next session, guys. Till then, take care. Goodbye.